right, so far we saw how the main IO, how we can add them, and what we can do there, and we saw also the cause and effect. So next, we're gonna touch on the code templates, and we'll see what's the role of that and how all that works. This subsection here, Graph said that will be in next versions. Okay, so let's have a look at the code templates and what do we have in there. So this area of the Tiger software, so essentially is where we define or we select the definitions that we want to use for our controls strategies and how the the final program is going to look like, because whatever we're going to pick here is what Tiger is going to use to build for us the program. So in this area basically where we marry the IO list with the cause and effect and the controls strategy definitions to produce for us the PLC program uh, that we are looking for. So as we can see here, we've got essentially three sections. So this section here, it's responsible for conditioning the IO and creating alarms and so forth, as we see here. And then this section here is where we define how the shutdowns will look like, or what we picked for our shutdowns. And then the last section here is responsible for the control. Now, if you recall, in when we were talking in the cause and effect video, we mentioned about these the purposes. So those one that we defined in the cause and effect, this is where we have the associated controls with them that we're going to use. So the user, can come here and pick the right control strategy for that purpose, and that's what Tiger will use to generate for you the PLC program. And we have two languages we support. So we have ladder logic and then function block logic as well. And then in this area here where we define some tag naming and conditioning for that area. Okay, so a little bit more about what's happening here. So when you get, let's say, Tiger, you have some built-in already definitions and controls, but you are also, able to create your own, and those can be created in this section here, which we're going to touch on in the next videos. But just to show you here quickly, so if I go here, let's say I want to create a new variable definition. I can call it my variable definition, and then in here we're gonna add whatever that definition here based on these parameters that we have here, and of course we'll go in details once we get to the video to talk about this section. But just to show you here, so let's say this is the definition I create add. So now the definition has been added. Now if I close this, and because that's in the variables under the ladder logic, it's going to appear in here. So like here it is, my variable. So now I can use my variable definition instead of using the default one, which is, for example, says bool here, whatever that definition is. So that's the interaction between this section here and then this section. And then in the same way, also the IO list and the cause and effect, whatever you create here will be available in here, right? So if I add a new one here, for instance, so that's a new one, IO1. if I go here, it's become available, so I can pick it up. And the same way for the cause and effect. So we married basically those components, which is your IO list, your cause and effect, and then the control strategies definitions. And that's how we would generate your PLC program. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.